Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO architecture, the Great Pyramid of Giza. It is set number 21058, comes with 1,476 pieces, and was released in August of 2022 at a retail price of $130. But if you still want this set brand new sealed, you can find it at that price or even less on Bricklink right now. I do have the instruction manual for this set, which shows off the box art. The set shown off in all its glory with that black background with a nice, golden and background, and almost like the sun's lighting the set up. We do have a Ultimate Collector Series introduction set with the first set showing off the pyramid as it is right now. Plus, it's a little talking about it. Says the Great Pyramid of Giza is the defining symbol of ancient Egypt and is one of the most iconic architectural structures in the world. Much of the story of how and why these 2.3 million blocks of stone were brought together remains a mystery, even after 140 years of modern archaeological excavations. Believed to have been built as a tomb for Khufu, a pharaoh of the 4th dynasty, the 481-foot or 146.5 meter tall pyramid took 27 years to construct and would remain the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years. This LEGO architecture set is a celebration of this extraordinary feat of engineering and architecture and attempts to capture a moment in time when ancient Egyptian civilization was at its pinnacle and the Great Pyramid was nearing completion. Which, I mean, just take a look at the thing. I definitely think that describes the set very well. Also, that 3,800-year-old age for the pyramid really brings to mind in that old quote I remember hearing once. Man fears time, time fears the pyramid. Because, I mean, come on, those things, I mean, they've lasted so doggone long. It's kind of crazy. And then we also have a little quote from the senior designer, Anderson Ward Grubb. Ancient Egypt has always been a fascination of mine, so having the chance to travel back and imagine the Great Pyramid as it might have been in its own time was a pleasure. It was particularly interesting to recreate both a completed pyramid and another below that is still under construction. It's an unusual feature for a LEGO architecture model to be able to show how a structure may have been built. This part of the model can also be lifted away from the main model and displayed separately if you wish. And then we have a little tab showing off what it looks like underneath, as well as a little, sentence on how the pyramid was constructed. There are many theories on how the pyramid was constructed. Move the outer shell to see ramps, ropes, and sledges being used to move the massive stone blocks, plus a crane to lift smaller materials. And then we have another tab showing off a whole bunch of stuff about in this set, from the outer casing, the smaller pyramids, it's the swap out tab for the name, and quite a bit of other stuff. Plus, there's a little tab on what's inside. The sloping corridor descends through the pyramid's interior and branches off to the Queen's Chamber and Grand Gallery. A narrow passageway at the end of the gallery gives access to the King's Chamber. 2 air shafts lead away from the chamber, perhaps to allow the Pharaoh's Ka or spirit to travel to the afterlife. And then now we just go into the build. So, that's quite a bit of stuff on this pyramid. We'll go ahead and take a look at those swap out named tabs. That's where we have one of them. That's just having the name Great Pyramid of Giza in English. And then we also have one and that's in hieroglyphics, which let me double check in the manual what that's supposed to translate into. Apparently, it's supposed to translate into the pyramid's ancient name, Khufu's Horizon. So yeah, a little so yeah, nice little tidbit there. Also, oh, a nice little bit of information. These two pieces are the only ones that would either need to be printed or stickered, and Lego decided to go with print on both of them. So really nice of that they decided, go prints on both of them. I wish they'd do that more often on all their sets. And then again, we have a nice little display going on here with the Nile River down below, along with a couple of boats sailing down the Nile River. We got a couple of green flower pieces to probably represent reeds. It's a bunch of trees in the back. We got a couple of smaller pyramids, which apparently are supposed to hold the bodies of Khufu's family. Got a small little village back here with a nice sized obelisk. And then swinging around to the side, apparently these small builds here are supposed to be Sphinx. You know those guys, head of a pharaoh, body of a lion, famous for missing its nose. So yeah, nice little additions in there as well. And then you got the entrance to the pyramid, and then you got this nice white color for the pyramid. As apparently it was supposed to be topped by white lime. The top covering was supposed to be white limestone. And you also have a nice little tip here in metallic gold, which apparently is also supposed to be accurate to the pyramid. But the pyramid's supposed to be topped with gold. Apparently, it's supposed to. Represent be a representation with the gold being the light of the gods shining down on Egypt. Interesting metaphor there. Also, you can swing around, and once again, you can see the caverns going on here, with the entrance being down here where you had the queen and king's chamber, and then those two air shafts. And also, you can kind of see a little bit it how this is a bit loose once again, and how you can take the whole top off and see the pyramid in its construction phase, which again, really, really cool. Also, you may have noticed down here on the bottom, you got a couple of technic bricks down here. So if you guys decide to go crazy and get two of them, you can connect these two sets together to have the full pyramid. So that's really, really cool. So for a Lego architecture set, there's a lot going on here. This is probably the first time that they've ever done. I think this is the first time they've ever done an architecture set where you can have two different versions of the same building, one under construction, one complete. And again, you got the full size, you got the small city going on in the background. So a really interesting architecture build, especially for one of the most famous buildings ever built, and the last, mostly complete wonder of the world. So yeah, really gorgeous set. And it's kind of crazy that, again, you can still get this set at retail price or even less, especially considering not only is this set already retired, it's 3 years old. Kind of crazy. So if you guys want to pick this up, if you're interested in ancient history or ancient architecture, I see no reason why you guys shouldn't pick this up. This looks great. So that'll be the end of this quick little review. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and some more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody.